Good day from here at Maple Drive Presbyterian Church, as we have today the sixth in our series of these devotional videos considering together the events that took place during the last week of Jesus' life, a time we call Passion Week or Holy Week, and today being Saturday, we're considering the events that took place on the Saturday following the crucifixion and death of Jesus Christ. You'll remember that on Friday he was buried in a tomb from Joseph of Arimathea. And we have to speculate just a little. There's not a much information about what his disciples were doing, but we can be confident that they were grieving, they were shocked, they were fearful of what was yet to come, they were disappointed. But we do have this passage from Matthew 27 that shares with us what the Pharisees were doing and the chief priests. So let's hear now from Matthew 27, beginning in verse 62. The next day, that is, after the day of preparation, the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered before Pilate and said, "Sir, we remember how that impostor said, while he was still alive, 'After 3 days I will rise.' Therefore order the tomb to be made secure until the third day, lest his disciples go and steal him away, and tell the people, 'He has risen from the dead.' And the last fraud will be worse than the first." Pilate said to them, "You have a guard of soldiers. Go, make it as secure as you can." So they went and made the tomb secure by sealing the stone and setting a guard. And this is the word of the Lord. And so this is the event that we find on the Saturday following the death of our Lord Jesus Christ. His enemies are still working to do everything they can to stop his gospel message, to stop the good news. And so even in death, they are still concerned about the influence that he could potentially have moving forward. But in summary, on the Saturday following his crucifixion, the body of our Lord Jesus lay in the tomb. In the stillness of death, he was truly dead. And his followers scattered and afraid, probably, discouraged, disappointed. His enemies rejoicing in what they thought was their victory over Christ, but yet still so fearful they're doing everything they can to keep a lid on the situation, so much so that they have gone to Pilate himself. And it would seem on the Sabbath day, we don't know at what time they went, but there are some who believe that they violated the Sabbath in going to Pilate's house on that day. We don't know exactly what time it was. But be that as it may, we see that they are certainly still opposing the message of Jesus and doing everything they can to crush out everything that he had accomplished in his life. And that is where we leave it for Saturday.